My skin's been not very good because of not feeling good, but I'm just gonna wait for people to show up. I know I'm really feeling bad about somebody right now besides myself. I was feeling bad about dabbing Granny. I found out about her on Facebook. Apparently Facebook stopped her lives or something. I'm sitting here going, you leave that kind lady alone. Let her be her. She's in a state where it's legal. Leave her alone. Let that woman be herself. Her husband's no longer around. Leave her alone. There, that's my little rant for that, because I feel bad. You don't, you leave a lady like that alone. um, but yeah, I don't know if I have anybody that's going to be coming in, so we'll see. I'm going to share my live. We'll see how it works. Oh, right, there we go. And then I'm going to share it to Facebook. I didn't put no hashtags on mine, but I know there's hashtags on the video itself. So I'm pretty sure that people will see it eventually. And no, I'm not connected right now. I can take a break. I've got about 2 hours yet. I don't have anybody watching. You know, I know that's probably because it's early. Right, Papa? Do you think it's because people are early? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's because it's early. But yeah, my skin is not happy, as you can tell. um, my body's not happy. I've been, as a TMI, I'm gonna let you guys know. So the last couple days, it's been now 2 days at least, almost 3. Where I went to have a bowel movement, and it's pretty much white almost. But I just had my day tube exchange last week, Wednesday. Now, thing was, is then I got sick. Hello, welcome in. Then I got sick and was getting sick. Yesterday, I did not get sick this way. I got sick the day before that way a lot, so I kind of had like a little flu thing, I think, going on. Welcome in, everybody. Don't thank you for the like, subscribe if you can. But yeah, I don't have 500 subscribers, otherwise I could do certain things like you could join and all that. But my husband right now, he's in the kitchen. My dog is sleeping, and I feel like crap. I didn't get, sick this way yesterday, thankfully, but my skin is not happy. And the other thing about this gastroparesis stuff, I was looking up when I go number 2 the last couple days, and it's been hard, to go. And why is it white? And I wanted to know why is it white. And so I looked, and it's because you don't have enough bile. When you have gastroparesis, you need bile, of course. There's going to be bile. And I also have a G-tube. So this is my stomach contents to go down here. Now, this is what I get fed with. I just don't have it connected right now because it takes I can be off of it for like 4 hours. Now, I have lost some weight because I've been sick, but I gained some weight, technically, sort of. Because yesterday I was 84.4 pounds. Today, I'm 85.7. So actually, no, it was 2 days ago, I was 84.4. So, 85.7, it either is because I'm backed up a little bit, or it's because I've gained some weight from having some popsicles yesterday. I'm trying really hard to have things right now because my body is just kind of out of whack, because of gastroparesis and osteoporosis and everything. Everything kind of hurts right now. Thank you for coming in. And if you have any questions, don't be afraid to ask. Sorry, I thought I had the live chat on. I'm so sorry about that. But yes, you can ask any questions. Just be kind. My husband's over there. He's listening to a book. Stay safe. Yeah, you stay safe too. Thank you, Don. Hope you're doing well and happy spring. I don't know where you live, but it's spring now here. I live in Wisconsin. So, and I really wish I could put some makeup on or wear it. I really don't like it. I don't like how I look right now, so please don't mind me. I feel like I look like incarnate, death incarnate. There we go. That's how I feel like I look. Hi, Nicholas. Welcome in. Or Niklaus. Oh, Nicholas. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm saying it right. Hello, Thomas. Welcome in. So yeah, so thank you guys for popping in. I live on Mars and I'm stuck down here, Godwin. That's cute. I like that. You made me laugh. Thank you. I needed that. I'm stuck down here. You know what? Maybe a lot of us feel that way right now on planet Earth. Um, but yeah, I don't have this connected right now. I will. I have a lucky number 13 people. Um, but hi. But yeah, like I said, my husband's over here, and then I'm just kind of laying here. But no, right here is where I'm hurting the most. And like I said, I've been going to the bathroom the last couple days, and it's been like, and I know that I don't like, I don't like to be TMI. I understand. But the thing is as an advocate, I do share things, and I found out that the reason why my going number 2 has been kind of light is because there's no bile in it very much. Which means I need to start trying to eat something, not eat, but like have something that's more going to have some bile in it, because bile is what makes your number 2 a darker color. Did not know that. I did not remember that. So I was looking, and why is it white or close to white? Because it's about that color. So, and I'm not lying. What do clouds wear? Thunder wear. Hey, that's cute. I like that. I like it. I'm autistic and ADHD, just so everyone understands this as well. So, um, and I have PTSD, complex PTSD. So, if you have any questions about kind of stuff like that, I can help. And I can barely handle water, but I'm handling it. So I have to put in. Because the last couple days was tough to handle water. So, welcome in. I'm very thankful for you guys. Don't forget to like and don't forget to subscribe, because I need 500 subscribers to kind of help me. Ooh, excuse me. And there's only one nonprofit. Thank you, Niklaus. Yeah, I know, dang, right? I play Call of Duty as well. Mobile. Anyway. But I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, because there's only one nonprofit organization for gastroparesis, and it's called GPACT. And I want to help in some way, shape, or form, not just, obviously, when you get to 500 subscribers, you can have people join, and they can, pay to see you every month. But what I want to do with that money isn't just to kind of help spread my awareness through this platform, but I want to use that money to actually be able to post it onto my page and put that money into a fundraiser towards finding a cure. There is no cure for gastroparesis. And so that's why I kind of wanted to do that. On my Facebook, I do things. You can find my Facebook, I'm pretty sure, on here. If you can't, it's Kristina Newman, or Kristina Neumann Lundele, Lundell. So, because I'm a singer, so it's Kristina Lundell. Hi, keep going. Hi, Ruth. Welcome in. Yeah, I mean, trust me, I like anyone who subscribes me. I try to go through my subscribers, and I try to look, and then I'll subscribe to them if I feel safe. I have 104, I think, right now, or 103. I don't know. My real name is Corbin, but I'm on my grandma's phone. Aw, well, nice to meet you, Corbin. I play Call of Duty Black Ops. Says, hell yeah. I like Call of Duty Mobile. I've never played it on platform. My husband has. He was actually part of the he was actually part of the group that before it came out, he tested it. My husband's older than me. I'm 37. I'm gonna be 38 this year. Thank you. You really like my stream. Well, I'm glad you do. But yeah, he was part of the ones that tested it, and then he was like one of the best and stuff like that. But then, obviously it was for computers first. And then for me, I didn't know anything about that until I got older, and I didn't start playing it till Call of Duty Mobile, to be honest. So, even though I like it. So yeah, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the gastroparesis and how it's been affecting me. So, with that little flu thing I had, I don't know what it is. I think it's trying to go away. You have a good day too. I think it's trying to go away. Now the thing is if I don't know what it was, like my body just kind of did not like me, and my body doesn't like me right now. You're welcome. at Corbin, but it's at on there. Um, but yeah, so I'm gonna plug my phone back in. I just want people to understand that you can ask me anything. Just be kind. You think? Oh, thank you, Nicholas, for subbing. Thank you. But yeah, so like I just want people to understand that gastroparesis, a lot of people don't really talk about it as much. Like there are people out there that you see that have gastroparesis that are talking about it, quote unquote talking about it. But see, I'm trying to really, really dig into the nitty gritty of it for you all. And what I mean by that is no apologetic, just letting you know exactly what goes on. Like with this, like if you have a feeding tube and a feeding pump, if you have to have a flush bag and a feeding bag, and then if you have a G tube as well, that's for your stomach contents. If you are underweight or you're overweight, some people can be overweight and have gastroparesis. It's not a one size fits all. It is a one size fits all type of thing. Like if you get gastroparesis, you can be heavier set. You can be, yeah. And me, it made me lose weight. Some people, it doesn't. It all depends. Now me, I went from being like 130 down to I'm 85 pounds now. It said. So I was happy to see that today. 2 days ago I was 84.4. It said I was 85.7 today. So I was kind of happy to see that because I mean, hey, 1 pound is a pound. A pound at this weight is a lot. I mean, when you're really little, each pound matters. Especially when you have feeding tubes and you need a feeding tube to keep your nutrients. Now, I'm looking at the. I was looking at the clock. I'm like, what time is it? Because that's actually what time it is. That's what time it is here. So, thank. But yeah. So otherwise, John's gonna have to take this in. We just moved here not too long ago, so if you're wondering why it's a little messy, that's kind of why. We're still getting things up on the wall and all that stuff. We got the Christmas tree down finally. um, Welcome in. But yeah, so I had like a flu thing. And now I'm like, I understand, I think, that tomorrow, if this doesn't go away when it comes to my going to the bathroom, tomorrow I'm probably gonna have to go to get checked out. Because my number 2 is not supposed to be that pale, and it's been that way for a couple days. So we're gonna see what happens when I have something today. I'm gonna try to have another couple, maybe 1 or 2 popsicles, and then I'm gonna try. I don't know if this is a good idea, but I'm gonna try some cocoa wheats today. I'm gonna try. I don't know why. I've been sick for 2 days, like violently ill. The last 3 technically. Yesterday wasn't as bad, but the other 2 days I was violently ill. So hopefully today I'm gonna try this, and that'll help my bowel movements, especially me taking my meds, because I couldn't take my meds this morning at all because I would have just gotten sick. So my body's kind of not happy. But I am going to find out what I need. I'm going to take my afternoon meds. I do have this clicked, right? Yeah. I was making sure I had my G-tube clicked. Because I just took my meds. Hi. Welcome in. Alright, so otherwise, I wanted you guys to know that, yeah, I don't know if anyone else has had this little flu thing where it was just a couple of days and then they got sick, or if it could have just been my gastroparesis and something was in there and there was a bug. Like I had a little bug or something, like a stomach bug. And this is from me being sick. So all of this, and including on here, here, my legs. So I just want people to understand that this is not my fault. This has to do with what I've got. And yes, I'm a bit of a picker, but like who hasn't picked before? And no, I don't sit there. I'm just saying, like, who hasn't sat there and get scratched because they don't like things on their skin? Because, you know, they got an owie or something, and then they're sitting there thinking that it'll go away. That's part of the anxiety of it all, I think. And, yeah, I think that's what it is. And this is my dog, Bubba.
Hey, honey, I got a question.
Yeah, hold on, my husband's talking.
My earbuds fade in and out from one side to the
Because
other,
they're dying.
but it says it's at 80%.
Well, then I don't know.
Is it one side goes out first and you're like, okay,
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It all depends.
okay, because one side will
Because
fade.
you have to make sure they're in when they're charging. No, I mean in the thing.
Oh,
You have to make
okay.
sure they're really in there. That's why I have to make sure. Because if I don't have my headphones in this thing, right, only one's charging.
Okay. It fades in and out, and I was
Because you
wondering.
need to make sure those little dots that are on it are connected in there.
Okay.
Ay, sorry about that. My husband was trying to learn about headphones a little bit more. I understand that because I was trying to learn too. Thank you for the likes, and I'm so sorry about my face. My face is just atrocious, and I'm so sorry. But I'm drinking water. That's a plus. And it's staying down. It's a plus. It's staying down. It's a plus. And I'm very thankful for everyone that has came in so far. Thank you for your likes. Um, Food doesn't smell the greatest, but like I said, I'm going to try some cocoa wheats tonight in a little while, but I'm making it extra mushy though. I'm not going to make it hard like I like to have it. I haven't had cocoa wheats in a very long time. I haven't had them actually since I was a child. Here, now stop your sores. No, seriously, I'm getting sores on my legs and stuff like that. And it's because of me being sick. It's not my fault. I just want people to understand that. I don't want people to sit there and think, oh, it's, no, it's because I depend on that. And I can't eat regular foods like everybody else. There's a lot of people out there that are kind of like me. I also have a gastric stimulator. I have a J tube and a G tube, which means my J tube is for my feeding. I get food through the J tube, and then my G tube, which is connected to my right here, goes in here, connected into my stomach. So what that does is it helps me vent stomach contents out as well as let gas out, because I get really bloated. And I guess some people get, they don't want to hear about it, and that's okay. But advocating is advocating, and awareness is awareness, and many people could get this. It's a rare thing, technically, but since COVID came out, it's becoming more prevalent. And the reason it's becoming more prevalent is because COVID is a viral infection. And viral infections can cause gastroparesis. So the influx of gastroparesis is because of COVID. And that is true. That is a fact. You can look that up. It's been scientifically proven. Technically, gastroparesis mostly happens in those with diabetes. It's more common. And the other thing is that idiopathic gastroparesis is caused by a lot of different things. But the vagus nerve is what is damaged in your stomach that causes you to not be able to empty out gastric contents down into your intestines. And what that does is means that you have slow gastric emptying. My gastric emptying scan that I had in 2024, I had over 48% left in my stomach after 4 hours, which means I had severe gastroparesis. I'm probably way more severe than I was then. I think my husband can agree to that. I'm thinking you can agree to this, that even though I had 48%, if not more, left in my stomach after the gastric emptying study in 2024, I'm sure my stomach's worse now.
Probably. But the advantage is it still works.
For now, yeah. It better stay that way, too.
Yep.
Because there are people out there. Not very many. But there are people out there. I don't know how many, to be honest. But I know that there's not as many as... I mean, how do I put this? I'm only one of 15,000 people in the world that have the gastric stimulator. 15,000 plus. Okay? Now, the anterior gastric stimulator is what I'm talking about. So that kind of shows you a little bit. But people have had their stomachs removed because of this disease. Um, People have had a lot of things that they've had to get removed because of it. And I have not had to get my stomach removed. I don't want to have to get my stomach removed because of this disease. This would suck because this thing is what I rely on for food. I rely on water, tea if I can handle it. Teas I have not been able to handle as much for some reason. I don't know why. I love tea, but I don't know why I can't handle it very much now. I was handling it a lot more when I first got gastroparesis and it was starting. I have a lot of muscle atrophy as well and bruising and owies. But yeah, I mean it's gotten like I used to have pureed things. I used to have applesauce. I used to try something, and now it's like anything I try except for certain things, it's a no no. And when I'm in a flare, let me explain the flares. I don't know how many people with gastroparesis are exactly the same on this one. But for me, when I'm in a really bad flare, food smells terrible. It smells like rotted, yucky stuff. We'll just call it that. And that's the truth. Like, for some reason, meats, like, hello, welcome in. I'm talking about gastroparesis and what happens when I'm in a flare. And I'm not in a flare right now. I just got sick and stuff like that. The last couple of 3 days I've been sick, so, and I was violently ill. But even during that, I'm in a flare right now as well. So meaning, like, foods don't smell good. And that means, like, beef, for instance, chicken, turkey. Smells not right. It just smells, and that's not, I mean, I need protein. I need these things. And sodium, I need some sodium. I'm tired. And yeah, so I'm a very kind person. I like to share about my life, about gastroparesis, osteoporosis. I also have that, severe. I'm an ambulatory wheelchair user. I use a cane. Yeah. So I use a few things. I have my wheelchair is actually in our vehicle. And the reason my phone's going like this, because I don't have a stand. So, excuse me. That's another thing that happens with gastroparesis. Excuse me. You're gonna see stuff like that, okay? I show it, and you hear it sometimes. And I don't want people to think, oh, well, gastroparesis is so easy. No. Osteoporosis, gastroparesis, everything, no, is not easy. And I want everyone to understand that, there's people out there. Hello, welcome to the two of you that I see that are up there. Welcome. Please don't forget to like. I've seen a lot of, people that advocate, and we're not always happy. I think everybody understands that. We're not always happy. But some I've noticed that advocate show themselves as everything's fine and it's happy. And having this disease is, well, they're not saying it's fun. But some people I've noticed that advocate for gastroparesis, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and osteoporosis and other things that got like this and having feeding tubes, they act like it's fun. It's not fun. Let me tell you, at a 37, almost 38-year-old woman, it's not fun. It's very not. It does not make your quality of life any better. Your quality of life is very much affected. I have caregivers. I'm on palliative care. I have a DNR. Yeah, it's very much affected. So I want people to understand that there is hope, though. There is hope as long as we can advocate, as long as we can help to raise, like, that's why I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, as long as we can help to raise money towards fund, like, nonprofit organizations, or have an organization come up that for cures for this disease. I mean, there's plenty of places that are researching cures for cancers and stuff like that, but we don't have enough places looking for a cure for gastroparesis. And that's stomach paralysis, partial to complete stomach paralysis is what gastroparesis really is. And it's one of those things that I want people to understand. I'm gonna change my glasses for a second because they're a little too. Here, put on my Harley Davidson ones. There you go. Now you can see my eyeballs. These ones have the filters on them and everything. I gotta get new glasses anyway. I'm a little overdue, so once we go get my glasses, I'll have to get my new ones. What are you looking at?
When I get closer to my phone, that's when it fades. If I'm far away from over
It gets
there,
louder.
huh?
It gets louder when you're.
No, it stays the same, but the one earbud doesn't fade in and out.
Mm-hmm. That I don't know. That I don't know. Maybe before I had a stroke, I'd know. Well, that's honesty.
Well, this
That stuff
earbud,
is my stuff, but I don't understand it as much anymore. I understand it how to get Bluetooth through your phone. Hi, welcome in. Helping my husband with his headphones. Really quick. Thank you for the likes. And please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so hi. I'm wearing my Harley Davidson ones now, so you guys can see my eyeballs. Because it has the filter on it. I really want to fix my dang face. I don't like it. It's okay. I don't know. Like, I don't know what to talk about besides the fact that I was throwing up the last, I don't know, 3 days. Yesterday I didn't really get sick, thankfully. Wanted to a few times because I didn't feel good. This morning, I almost did. I was going number 2, though. And the last 3 days, it's been light colored. And then today, it was this color. My number 2. So tomorrow, if it's still the same way, I'm calling the doctor. So I'm going to be like, okay, hear me out, sis. And that's what I'm going to say to the doctor. I'm like, hear me out, sis. I'm like, something ain't right in the intestinal area. Hi, welcome in. I gotta keep certain things off camera because YouTube, if you're having a smoke, you can't do it on the camera. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. I can't find the lighter. Would you light my candle? Oh. Okay. So, and that's the other thing is I couldn't handle any cigarette or any of my CBD stuff that's legal here in Wisconsin at all the last night and early like morning of, I want to say not yesterday, well, it would have been yesterday, early morning, because I didn't go to bed till 4 in the morning yesterday morning. So I want to say probably about 1 o'clock in the morning of yesterday, I had a little bit of my CBD stuff. It hurt to cough, I'll tell you that, it hurt. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take a break for a second. And then last night I had a little bit and it helped a little. The nausea, no. Now let me tell you something about the CBD. I'm sorry, I'm stimming right now. I have autism and ADHD, so I'm sitting here going like that. So I'm sorry about that. I don't have something holding my phone. So the other thing is like, I went and then I tried to do one of my deabers. I'll call it like that. Or Davaroonies. Can we call it that? I don't know if we can. I'm trying to be YouTube compliant. And I don't want YouTube to get upset with me because I'm an advocate. And I'm saying don't smoke. Cigarettes at least. I'm not going to sit there and tell people to do CBD products or anything like that, but I will tell you that at certain points with my gastroparesis, it does help. When it comes to CBD product with THCA in it and stuff like that. I got a bone to pick. And the bone to pick is that Wisconsin needs to be legalized for medicinal marijuana. Please, and thank you to whatever political people may see this. All right, that's all I'll say. Because I don't want to get, What do you think, Bubba? What do you think? Do you think it should be legalized? Yeah? I know your tummy's not feeling good either. Neither's mine. It's okay, my Bubba boy. It's okay. Um, yeah, my dog's not feeling good today either. He's got an icky tummy. I can hear it. It goes all the time right now. He's 16. I'm going to say he'll be 17 this year. I gave him my birthday because when I rescued him, he is a service support dog. He can come with me where I go. But he's up there. So he's having his news today too. So I don't know, maybe I passed on my little stomach bug to him. I hope not. I don't think you can. You can't. I know you can get things from other animals. You can. There are things you can get from animals. Now, when a dog has a cold though, no. Um but if they have bacteria, because dogs' mouths, everyone thinks dogs' mouths are clean. No. Okay, so they have bacteria just like we do in our mouths. So, like, if we bit somebody, if we did, we'd pass on our bacteria to that person that we bit, and they'd probably get an infection. Now, the same thing would go for a dog or a cat or anything like that. Now, have I been bit or anything by my doggy? No. But I'm just saying in general, like, if you get their saliva or something in your mouth or something, you gotta be careful about that. Just be careful, because especially if you have a low immune system, be careful, people. Wear a mask when you go out if you need to. Get the good ones. Get the good masks. I don't know what he's doing. But anyway, but yes, if you're gonna go out and you're sick or whatever, please wear a mask. Especially if you're in the hospital. Because I think that's kind of where I got my bug. I think I got it from being in the hospital on Wednesday when I had to have my GA tube replaced. Or, no. Tuesday. Sorry. Tuesday's when I had my GA tube, right? My GA tube was replaced on Tuesday or Wednesday?
What?
My GA tube was replaced on Tuesday or Wednesday? Because I can't remember.
Wednesday.
Wednesday. All right. So I think somebody in there was sick. That's what I think. And I think I got a little bug from them. And it's not uncommon to get a bug from the hospital. But I do ask now. I think that everybody should start wearing masks again. I think that's a good idea. I don't care if you have asthma or not. I have asthma. If you have COPD, I don't care either. If you have COPD and asthma, I don't care. Wear a mask. I have asthma as well.
It's hard for me to wear a mask.
I know, it's hard for anyone, but we gotta wear them. It sucks, I mean, especially when I don't have cancer, but I know people who have no spleen, and you have to wear a mask around them, because their immune system. So, and it sucks for people with asthma to wear a mask. Trust me, I've seen it with my husband. It sucks. Like, it does. He can't breathe with a mask on. Like, you gotta put the, mask down here, and then he can breathe. But obviously it doesn't, take, it doesn't protect everyone else when you're still breathing out your nose like this through the mask. So if you see people wearing a mask like this, call them out on it. Be like, hey sir, ma'am, or whatever, please will you put it over your nose? And then if they don't do it, then just calmly walk away. Because I mean, my husband understands. Like, I understand. Like, but this, when you're wearing it like this, all you're doing is you're still spreading every single thing you have out of your nose. And I understand you can't breathe, because I understand it too. When I had to wear them, it sucked. And I couldn't breathe just like he couldn't. It's just, he was a little worse. When you have a certain kind of asthma and you have COPD, I don't have COPD, but he has mild. Or it could be worse. Who knows now, because he's got to get tests done. But the thing is like, masks do help, whether people think they do or not. And no, I'm not getting a COVID shot ever again. And I have reasons for that. And this is my reasoning. I'm not telling anyone else not to get one. It's your choice, your body, your choice. Me, I should never have gotten it. Reason? I still got COVID. 2, It still almost killed me. 3. Um, and it was a different way of almost unaliving me. It was where I got COVID in 2022 of November. And what it did for me, I was still healing from my stroke and from being attacked in 2021. I woke from life support in 2021. And so in 2022, I was like, still going through all the therapy, and, I had to learn how to walk and all these different things, and doing occupational therapy with my hands, and aqua physical therapy, regular physical therapy. And then I started just to feel weaker than normal. Went in because I called my doctor at the time and said, maybe I should get a COVID test. She goes, yeah, maybe not a bad idea. So I took a taxi, went into that hospital, into the ER, or actually the main hospital part, and they, dug into your brain with that lovely stick, that felt like plastic. And then the lady looked at me in the lab and she goes, do you want to go to the ER? And she just kind of looked at me and I said, my gut was telling me this. So I said, maybe I should go. And she gave me a hug and she wheeled me into the ER. One of the nurses ran in, the guy. He goes, well, you got COVID. And I kind of giggled through it because I was like, well, about damn time, because I kind of figured that the shot wouldn't work. Okay, for me, I don't believe in it. So I was like, I didn't think it was going to work anyway. So I was like, oh, about damn time. Now I got it. People in my family already had it. And I'm like, now it's my turn. Well, then all of a sudden the PA, she runs in and goes, oh my gosh, I'm glad you're here. And I went, okay, why? And she messages me. I'm tired, guys. She looks at me and goes, well, you could have bled to death by swallowing a chip wrong. Because my platelets were so low. They were at 15. Your platelets are supposed to be at 200 and something. Okay? Which means I was basically, it gave me thrombocytopenia and thrombopenia which is the same thing, but at the same time as the COVID. So what they ended up having to do is give me IVIG, which is platelets from other people. And it was a big bottle first, so they admitted me, of course, and I was quarantined in there. That big, huge, they had this thing that was up to here, to clean the air, which was nice. Actually, I could breathe fine. It was awesome. I could have lived in the room, I guess, with that thing, but I needed more stuff in there. But yeah, and then my husband brought me a Subway. I didn't know I had gastroparesis yet, so he brought me a Subway sandwich, a foot long, and I ate about half of it, and then I got sick. But it was yummy. And that, I might actually be a dodo butt and be like, we need to go get Subway. I might be a dodo butt and do it. And I don't care. Okay, don't listen to me on that, okay? If you should care. But my stomach is telling me eat. I'm not hungry. I don't feel hunger. But anyway, so I was over there overnight, and then they gave me a smaller bottle in the morning, and my platelets were back to 250. So COVID did that to me. Now, do I think COVID caused this? Yes, I do. Do I think COVID caused my gastroparesis? Yes, I do. Do I have answers of why? Possibly. Because COVID is a viral infection that affects every single part of your body. EDS does the same thing. It's a connective tissue disorder. When you have gastroparesis, it is partial to complete stomach paralysis. And the vagus nerve is damaged. Viral infections can damage your nerves. And I've had Lyme disease in the past, so that could be, and also that could have helped. I've never been a very healthy person. We'll put it that way. I've never been this healthy person. Ever. I wish I was. But I wasn't. I was always underweight my whole childhood until I got into my teenage years because I got polycystic ovary syndrome and endometriosis, which caused an influx of testosterone in my body, which caused me to gain weight. And I got cysts on my ovaries and endometriosis. The pain from that was unbearable. Then I had a full hysterectomy when I was 25, so I cannot have any more children. I wish I could. I have one daughter, and I love her to death. She's my baby. She's gonna be 17 this year. She's my reason for being. So is my husband, but she's my reason for being. And that's another thing. I worry about my daughter. I don't want her to get this. I hope to God she doesn't get this shit. So I sit there and I go, well, I hope my daughter doesn't get this. Because, like, you know, obviously some things can be hereditary. EDS is hereditary. Ehlers-Danlos syndrome is a hereditary thing. And now I do know that I don't have Sjogren's disease because we already tested for that. My doctor did a whole bunch of vials of testing for certain autoimmune. Now, the weird thing about my lab works was all of them were normal. Now, and all of my, like, since I've been sick, they've never been normal. Now, one thing I've learned, and it's from research, going on to Cleveland Clinic, .org, looking at the actual clinics that know about gastric problems, like Cleveland Clinic, Mayo, looking at cited sources. I went to college, so I know what to look for and what I can believe. Do not ever look at Wikipedia. So when I've looked at these things, I have found out that, yeah, there's so many things that, so many factors out there. And I'm having some troubles breathing, and that's because I'm tired and my tummy's achy. But I'm just trying to explain, that this is something that I want people to understand, that it's not easy, and I know I'm talking like in circles. That happens with me. It's kind of a big thing. I'm still learning how to do YouTube lives. Trust me, I'm not that great at them. I'm trying. I'm gonna put this the way I want it. There we go. So I'm gonna hook this back up now. Now this goes into my jejunum. Now I'm gonna show you guys how this works. I'm gonna turn this light on. Alright, now hold on a second. I'm gonna put this covering over my areas here. Make sure that my G tube is safely where it's supposed to be. Alright, so this right here gets connected. So I go like this and like that. And then I turn this lovely thing on. Alright, come on, I'm a witch. Work. Please. It's having its issues. I need to get a new machine. There we go. I do need to get a new machine, but we'll see what insurance says when I call them. Because I'm really going to call them and go, I am tired of this. It's a Kangaroo Omni pump, and I love it. It's just I need a new pump. Okay, keep settings is what you're going to want to press. If you ever get one of these, you press keep settings once you put your settings in. Hello, welcome in. I just hooked back up, so I'm just starting it. Welcome in. What's your name? I'm Kristina Lundell or Kristina Newman. And welcome in. Please don't forget to like and sub. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers, and then I can have people join. Skip Prime. And we start. And then I just make sure it's nice and put the way it's supposed to. And yeah, this is my charger. But yeah, this is... Whoo! Nausea is a pain in the took ass. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to undo my... So now this is my G-tube. Alright? Now, trigger warning, just in case you don't like to see stomach contents. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So this is my stomach content bag. It's a Foley bag, and it shows my stomach contents. And this is where it all goes. This is bile, in case anyone wonders. And this is bile too. That's kind of in it goes down the tube. And right now I just opened it. So I've been trying to let things go down through my stomach into my intestines, because right now my stools are the same color as our lampshade, which is a very light color. Very light. It's close to this color, and I'm not lying. It's close to white. And that's not good. I've not been that way before. So I'm sitting here going, yep, we're gonna keep an eye on that, because I looked up some stuff that was very, very truthful and insightful, and it was from Cleveland Clinic. as well as looking at why, and with gastroparesis and Ehlers-Danlos syndrome and osteoporosis and all of that. Oh, shush up. This is what I was talking about. Skip. Start. Hold on a minute. Now you stop doing your stuff and behave, please. Okay, so it has its, I need to get a new pump. But this is my formula. This is what feeds me, okay, everyone? Welcome in. Please stay. Trying to get people to stay because I really want to share as much as I possibly can. I suck at doing YouTube lives, and I really want to get better at it. I'm so trying. If I have somebody come in here and go, hey, I can help you with your lives and help you with, advocating, that would help me greatly. I'm going to prime my feed. So manual prime feed. So I'm pressing prime feed right now. Alright, now it should work. I could feel it running. And this goes into my jejunum, which is my intestine. So, and if people wonder, can I feel it when it's going in? Sometimes. Not all the time. No, when it comes to this, sometimes my G-tube, sometimes I can feel the tube in my stomach. I'm not going to lie. That's when I know I'm totally empty. So, and I don't like it. And so then I'm trying to, hey, good idea. Hey, honey. Can I have a popsicle? You reading about your clock? Oh, I'm gonna show them this. My mom got my husband for it's Christmas, right? You got this for Christmas?
Yep.
This thing is driving me nuts. Stop. Would you just let me do my live? Skip. Start. It has its issues. Okay, so this is what my mom got my husband. It's a 3D wood puzzle, and it's a dragon. I thought it was so cool, and it works once you're done. So my husband's gonna be making that. But I really do need help with advocating about this. Having a G-tube, gastric stimulator, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, severe osteoporosis, severe gastroparesis, arthritis, and I know I have arthritis, even though they didn't show inflammation on my blood work, which is there. Now you're gonna work. I felt like doing that. Don't do that. This it's pissing me off. But you stop being a dicky dude. Oh, it's my fault. It was my fault. I didn't have it unclipped. It was my fault. There's a little part here. You see this white thing here? If I clip it down, it stops the flow. And my brain didn't remember. That one was my fault. Sorry, machine. Okay. So, hi. This is all I can handle right now. This thing is driving me insane. Please stay with me to help me work through this, because now I'm getting irritated and I like you and I don't know who you are. But you're staying here and I like that and I appreciate you. Alright. Oh, and please like if you can. Alright, so continue. I'm going to try this. I'm going to flush my tube. And I'll show you what that means. I already have water, so that's okay. Alright. Alright, this is my feeding tube backpack, by the way, if anybody wonders. I'm also going to, once I flush it, I'm also going to clean. So this is the syringe. This bag does say, warning, this bag contains life-saving medical equipment, Resilience Medical. That's what that says. Alright, so I put that there. My dog Bubba's like, what you doing? He's right there in the background, as you can see. But I have to do this because apparently it keeps saying I'm blocked. So what I gotta do is I'm gonna take some, this is actually technically fresh water, to be honest. So go like this, 30 milliliters. Okay, so you're gonna want 30 milliliters. That's exactly what they want you to do. When you want to flush your J tube, it's 30 milliliters. 30. So what I'm going to do, unclick this, and then you put this on there. And then I take this, and I'm going to stand up, and I'm going to show you. So I plug it in, like so, that, and then, ooh, I might be a little blocked, apparently. Well, I think we did figure out the problem. I am blocked. There we go. Had to push that down with some might. There we go. Alright, and then I'm going to clip it. And then that way it doesn't fly out water everywhere. I was like, where did I put the thing? Alright, that's not the one I want. Where's the one I want? That is the one I want. I thought it was a different one. Oh, it is. Okay, so this is here. And then, what did I'm confused. Oh, okay. I was like, where's the other one? Where's the one that twisted? Can I, like, sit on it? Yeah, it's right here. Alright, so then I take this, and then put this back on this. Wait, no. This one goes here. Alright. Having issues today. Alright, so then you put this back in. I have a lot of these, so I can throw them away. And then, what I'm going to do is put this on this, and I'm going to take the end fit cleaner. I got it on Amazon, just in case people want to know what this is, and I'm going to show you it. This is how I'm going to advocate. I'm trying so hard to learn how to advocate, so if anybody advocates for health and stuff. Ellie Rose, would you just come on in? Alright, Ellie Rose is on Instagram and on Facebook. I love her to death. She's awesome. But this is what I use to clean my tube. It's an end-fit cleaner. And what I do is then I take this tube, dunk a little water in it, like that, and then I put it in here, like this part here, that little middle part, put right into the hole of your J-tube, and then you twist. And those little brushes are going to clean it. And then you ask your husband or somebody else to clean it off after a while. And then you just put that little thing back on it, and then you put it back on your bag, and that's what I do. And I will clean it. This is for right now. I'm going to put it back on. Now, it should work. So then I take this, take my feeding tube, and then I'll plug it into my J-tube that I just cleaned. So hopefully now I don't have any issues with it clogging, because it was actually clogged, and it was not my fault. I thought it was because I had the thing unclamped right here, and nope, it was because it was actually plugged. So now I just gotta look. Hold on a minute, and we're good to go. Yay! Put this back. There we go. And yes, I have to give myself a shot. I think I did it yesterday, and if I didn't, oh well. I'm supposed to give myself Timlo shots for osteoporosis, but alright. There. Clamped. Now I can have my. Which way am I holding this? Okay. Now I can have my popsicle. I was waiting for it to work because it wasn't working. Hi, welcome in. I talk about gastroparesis, severe osteoporosis, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. There's a lot that I talk about. So if you have any questions about me, about gastroparesis, anything, just ask. Ask me. One, I also get kind of lonely. I mean, yeah, I have my husband, but I get kind of lonely only because I'd like to find more peers that are like me that I can talk to about this, because that helps me vent. It helps us talk to each other and learn. And I am an admin in a gastroparesis support group. I'm also an admin in a mental health support group. I'm an admin in another type of mental health support group. That's the sister group to the mental health support group that I'm an admin in. And that one's called In the Arms of an Angel, and it's on Facebook. I'm also, and it's called the Mental Health Support Group. You'll see me. It says Kristina Lundell. I'm the admin in that one as well. There's many of us admins in there. I'm not the main admin, but or head admin. In Gastroparesis support group, I am one of the admins that can let people in as well as give advice. I haven't been in there as much just because of my own health, but they understand because we all know what chronic illness does. Um, and it's true. Like, I mean, do so many things, but then illness creeps up and it ruins your day. And that's why I liked using the photo that I did for my back thing for this, because my chronic illness didn't fit to your schedule. Well, chronic illness, you work around it. That's the problem. You can't schedule around chronic illness as much as you'd like. I mean, everyone thinks, okay, well, you got a doctor's appointment this day, or you got this, and then all of a sudden something happens, like you get sick, or a bug happens, or something where you just really can't go nowhere. And it's not your fault. You're not even isolating. You're just not feeling good, and you really can't go nowhere. But yet, at that time, you wanted to go somewhere like a day before. And that's like what happened with me yesterday. See, yesterday I was supposed to see my best friend, and it was our 4-year best friend anniversary. And I had been throwing up the last 3 days. So I was like, yeah, no. I'm like, I don't want to get my best friend sick, and with having what I have, I mean, I knew it was like a bug of some sort, like a flu. And with her immune system, it sucks. Like, I didn't want to get her sick at all. Like, if she got sick, it would be more dangerous. Like, it's dangerous for me to get sick, but it's dangerous for her, especially. So, that's another thing I like to advocate about. If you are chronically ill or if somebody you know is chronically ill and you are sick, do not go and see them. That's a big thing. If you know that you're sick or you feel sick, you know, be cautious about it. Because I don't get mad at people. Like, I mean, I understand that you can get sick from just being outside. I just know that going to the hospital and stuff like that, you're bound to get sick probably because obviously hospitals have germs and there's people in there, plenty of people that are sick. And so you don't know what you've breathed in. You don't know what could have decided to squeak its way into one of your stomas and make you sick. So you got to be very careful. I mean, like my husband, he's been washing his hands more. He uses sanitizer. All these things after he comes home from work because, like, you can carry things and bring them home. So that's a big thing. Like, for chronic illness with gastroparesis, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, osteoporosis, and more, anyone with a low immune system, especially those with cancer and anyone else that have suppressant problems, their just immune is suppressed. You got to be very careful, especially with the older generation. That's another thing too. I may be sick and stuff, but I look at the older generation too, that if they aren't sick, but I am, like all of a sudden if I got like this, I wouldn't go see my mother-in-law. Heck no. I mean, I wouldn't want to get her sick. Because I know I'd be blamed. Not really. But, I mean, when you're 80 years old, and that's how old my mother-in-law is, basically, you got to be careful with them as well because elderly people get sick and they don't come back very easy. And that is a big thing. I know that. I've known that my whole life. I knew that when my grandma was 95 years old, that if she got sick, that it would be hard for her. But I know, baby, your poor tummy. But I knew that when my grandma passed away at 96, she basically lived a good long life, and then she had fallen, and then she had a stroke, and that's what caused her to pass on. She basically lived to old age, is what we'll call it. Like, it was a natural passing, even though it was hard. my other grandma, my mom's mom, she's in hospice right now, and I love her to death. But I haven't seen her in a while. It's been a couple of years. But I want to see her, and I know we're gonna see her eventually before she goes, because I need to say my goodbyes. Because I didn't say goodbyes the last time I seen her, because I was like, I didn't want to say goodbye, because she looked like she had so much life in her, and she's Norwegian. What do you expect? We're stubborn. So Germans are stubborn, Norwegians are stubborn. There's a lot of stubbornness. But I have Viking in me. I have Native American heritage. I have Dutch. Um, I have French, but I'm not as French, which is funny. I'm more Norse and Danish, Viking and Ostrogoth, Visigoth, a little bit of French. Native American heritage, a lot of that. I'm a Heinz 57 on that one, but I can say I have Native American heritage, but I cannot say that I'm Native American only because I'm like 12 to 14% Native American. And that I know just because of my grandma. My other side, I'm going to put it that way, of my half siblings, their grandma is like a quarter Native. And then there were other people in the family that were Native. And especially on my mom's side, there were some people in the back. So I now understand why I love my country. I don't. I love the land. It's hard to say it with the government these days. Okay. Okay. You gotta go potty? Go outside? You gotta go potty, Bubba's? I wish I had something for his tummy. Yeah, you got food over there. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to help my dog because he's having stomach issues. Go potty, Bubba's. Go potty. Go potty. Bubba, go potty. Go potty. Go potty. Good boy. Because his stomach is making so many noises, and I'm hoping that he takes a good poo. Because I know he's having an upset stomach. And I just don't want him to accidentally get sick. It's a lot colder than it was yesterday. Hey, honey. Hey. It's a lot colder than it was yesterday. Hi. I'm advocating and stuff. We're just letting my dog out. Or our dog. How are you? Welcome in. I'm a gastroparesis advocate and more. And I'm trying to feel better. I had a few days where I felt like I had the flu, so that's what I think it was. It was like a little bug flu thing. So I'm still trying to feel better. On my face, I'm not happy. But this is good. This is actually helping a bit. It's a popsicle. Alright, okay. Alright. So anyway, I've been in an hour. Hi, welcome in. Please don't forget to like. I've been on for an hour, so if you have any questions about gastroparesis, please let me know. It's partial to complete stomach paralysis. That's why I have a feeding tube and a J tube. I have the enterogastric stimulator. I have a DNR because of severe osteoporosis. It would actually unalive me if they did compressions and stuff. So, and I found out that apparently we can't do the defibrillator either, and I know that my mom's not going to like hearing that at all, but because I looked up some things, the reason why they say no defibrillator is, well, with the gastric stimulator, it can actually affect the opponents of it, and it can cause shortages in the wires that are inside of you. So, I thought that they could still use defibrillator, so I found that out. So, for, for anything, I should say my heart should never stop because we can't use a defibrillator. At least not unless they replace this. Hi, Nicholas. You're back. But yeah, so they can't use chest compressions. They can't use that machine. And they can't do defibrillation. I thought that they could do defibrillation, and then I looked in on it. And with my gastric stimulator, no, they could not because trying to get him to eat. Bubba's having a tough time too. He's an older doggy. Excuse me. But yeah, I thought because my mom had this idea of me getting a bracelet. And welcome. If you have any questions or any advice to give me, thanks. Just trust me, I'm very kind to everyone. It says Wisconsin do not resuscitate EMS, and then it says my name, DNR, no chest compressions, no MRI, gastric stimulator, husband John, that's his name. Then it has his number, and then it says osteoporosis and more. That's what this says. And it has my first and last name on it, Kristina Newman. So Christina Lundell is my artist name as a singer. Kristina Newman is my married name. And yeah, most people spell my last name wrong anyway. Which is nice. It's kind of funny. Most people spell my last name wrong. They spell my first name wrong too. It starts with a K. So I think that can be funny just because, I mean, when people try to spell my name, yes, it's with a K. And then you spell my last name, it's with an N. But it's Newman is, people will be like, okay, well, it's spelled this way. I'm like, no, sorry, it's Neumann. That's how mine is spelled. And welcome in. Please don't forget to like. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers so that I can help, not just raise money to help me spread more awareness and learn more with other peers and have more people in my lives as well, but I want to use the money towards finding a cure for gastroparesis and whatever else they can use it for. And that is my goal. That is my main. That's my thing. That's my thing. I am a singer songwriter, yes, but I think I'm better at this. Singing I'm good at, but this is I'm better at because I understand what it's like, and I also understand how debilitating it can be. I'm thankful for the people that I have in my care system, as well as my family and everybody. I'm thankful to have caregivers. I don't have anything I'm going to on Monday, am I? No. Good, because she'll be here tomorrow. So I don't have to worry. She'll be here at 10 in the morning, my caregiver. So, so I have caregivers and I have palliative care. So I have to get a hold of, well, when they get a hold of me, because palliative care will help me with my pain management. It's going to help me with a lot of things, keeping track of me. And I want to talk to my mom more about the palliative care thing because I think I may need her as a advocate for me with me to talk with palliative care a little more. Because I want them to understand that, yes, I can have certain things. I take things to help me be able to go to the restroom so I know how to do things. But I also need them to understand that the reason I need the pain medication or I need help with certain things, letting them see me and know when I need to go to the hospital, things like that, they can really keep an eye on me because I'm a fall risk. I wear a fall button that works anywhere I go. It's like a life alert. I got my DNR, I've got my gastric stimulator, my J tube, G tube. I'm an ambulatory wheelchair user, so I have a wheelchair right now. My custom wheelchair will be done in about 6 months or longer. Which that's about how long it takes for a custom wheelchair to be made, just so you know. It could be 6 years, or 6 months to a year. It could take up to that. So, and I'm going through National Seating and Mobility, I think it's the name of the place. And they custom make it to your body, of course. And it's going to be about 24 pounds. And I don't remember the name of it right now. I have it written on a card. But yeah, so I've been I'm trying to find people that really want to learn about something that could very well happen to them. It's rare-ish. It's technically rare to have gastroparesis, but since the influx of COVID that happened, more people got it because COVID really did screw with soft tissues, and it affects your nerves. And I don't know if it actually came from COVID for me, but it could have came from my stroke because I had a stroke before COVID, but I didn't have the problems I'm having now. I was able to eat. And then early 2022 is when I started having ickies, like where it wasn't working right, like my everything smelled bad, like rotten. It was so weird. And then we get my gastric emptying study in 2024, and that's when I was officially diagnosed. I had gotten a gastric emptying study before that, but the hospital we went to was ill informed and did not know what they were doing. We'll put it that way. So thankfully, I'm not a member of that hospital no more. Because they almost unalived me by accident because they didn't believe me. They gaslit me like you would not believe. And unfortunately, that happens to so many of us. So many of us get gaslit. So many of us get gaslit when it comes to this. They're like, oh, you have an eating disorder. Nope. No, I don't. I didn't. So, I knew I didn't. I mean, and that's the thing is like you don't push a diagnosis that you think somebody has onto them, especially something like that. That's just rude. Um, because I'm sorry, I'm not putting down anyone that has an eating disorder. I'm just saying I don't have one. And when you, as a doctor or somebody, falsely tell someone, hey, this is what, no. And then they do the gastric emptying study again and find out you had over 48% left in your stomach when the normal person has 0 to 90% empty of their stomach contents in 4 hours. That made me want to go back to that hospital and backhand them doctors. I'm not lying. I really did. I wanted to go back there and just backhand every single one of them and go, you know what? I went through all of this, lost all this weight. I had to be at 78 pounds before I got a dang tube because no one would believe me. And then they find out, that I have all this stuff. So it's like, I think there are some doctors out there that just do not deserve to be a doctor. And I will say that out loud. Welcome in. Because so many people get gaslit. And when you almost unalive someone because you don't believe them, like me, like they didn't believe me at first. Hey, Galactic Lagooner, check the shake my head ideas, hope the people get better. Yeah, me too, right? I hear you. Thank you for your comment. Thank you. Because I mean that. I mean, there's so many, like, doctors out there that are good, that are nurses, and they are. But then there are those out there that I swear they got their degree from a Cracker Jack box. I am not lying. I mean, you tell them one thing and they're like, well, no, it's this. And it's like, are you in my body? Do you feel it? And that's what I wish we could say to doctors and go, well, you're not in here. You don't feel this. You don't see what happens at home. You don't see how I feel. You're just going off of what you've been taught in college, going off of all these different things that you've been taught. Every single doctor has been into a different college, so certain doctors have different knowledge of certain things. Now I found some good doctors. Even those doctors that I have now, though, they're like, that's repulsive, that you had to go through all that. I'm like, right? And I literally almost got thrown out of a hospital, even though I could barely walk. I couldn't even get out of bed anyway. I had a NJ tube in my nose. And this person comes in and goes, well, I can have security throw you out. And I went, I was crying. I wasn't going like this. I had, but I had my husband on the phone. And so that's what I'm saying. It's like, there's so many of us that have gone through this, gone through medical gaslighting, gone through people abusing us, mental abuse from the doctors, especially mental and physical abuse. We've went through verbal abuse from our doctors. I mean, I went through every form of abuse you could ever go through. And that's not good, but it's the truth. My husband's right there. He can attest to this. He could say, yes, she has. And that's not good. No one should ever go through going to a doctor's office feeling like they're nervous because the doctor isn't going to listen to them. Doctors need to get it through their thick skulls that we know our bodies better than they do. We know our bodies better than they do. If we say something is wrong, and they need to keep looking. They don't need, they never need to push us off. They should never push us off. They should never not listen. They should, I mean, doctors need to open up and stop having such a hard head and start listening to their patients. Because if you guys, like doctors out there, if you don't listen to your patients, you're going to lose your practice. Bedside manner is important. Not gaslighting your patients is important. Listening to them and fully listening to them, even when they have ADHD, autism, or anything like that, that some doctors are just despicable. Um, but, you know, seriously, there are many good ones out there. Now, if only they could learn from the good ones, that'd be great. Like, if all the good doctors out there could learn from the ones that have malpracticed with me and many others that I know out there, the world would be a better place with doctors. Um, I shouldn't even, I mean, it should never even have gotten this far, to be honest. Once I started to notice things, it should never have gone so far as it has. And I should never have gotten down to 78 pounds. There's a lot of shoulda wouldas, you know? And that's why I want to advocate. That is why I advocate. Because I want people to understand that, you know what, if you want to trust a doctor, you look in on them. You talk with them, you let them know, you write down all your symptoms, or you keep a symptom tracker on your phone. You keep a symptom tracker on your phone and you put that in all the time, and then you show them. Because that's going to help you, help them, so you can advocate for yourself. Because if that doctor isn't listening to you, you can be like, well, read this. You know, because enough is enough. Doctors need to start listening. I mean, they don't listen to themselves half the time that I've noticed. So, I mean, it's the bad ones I've had. And so that's why I sit here and I go, well, that's why I gotta be an advocate. Because I almost was one of those victims of malpractice, of where I probably wouldn't have been here. Even my mom would attest to this. She would say this. You know, the doctors I had almost unalived me. And we pulled all of my records from that one hospital. We have them all. And they tried to say that I had certain things that I didn't have. Which was kind of funny. Like one, I'm not putting down anyone that does, but I don't have bipolar disorder. I don't have any of the stuff that they thought I had. Borderline personality disorder. I didn't have that either. I've had a psychiatrist since I was, well, I've had one since I was a young child, but the one I have now and I've had since I was 20. And you know what? I think I would know. I'm 37. I've known, almost 38. I've known this man for almost 18 years. I would think he would know how to diagnose me and tell me. He knows I'm autistic. He knows I have ADHD. He knows I have complex PTSD and PTSD, severe anxiety. See here. Situational depression. I get that very much. Right now it's been situational. And I don't get like the depression like I used to get, where I had suicidal ideation. I don't get that anymore. Now, do I get those feelings of wanting to just not be on the face of the earth because I'm sad or I'm in pain? Yeah. But that's totally different. The stroke was my silver lining on that, because my suicidal ideation went away. Which is a good thing. That's the only good thing that came out of that stroke. The only good thing. I know, baby.
He didn't even eat his pumpkin or nothing.
His stomach is making lots of noises.
His stomach, he hasn't ate nothing.
I know, but his stomach's making lots of noises because he's not feeling good. That's why.
I put pumpkin in there. He didn't want to touch the pumpkin. He didn't want a treat. He didn't want nothing.
Yeah. His tongue. Oh, you can feel it. Bubba. I know, baby. What'd you eat? Huh? What'd you eat? What did you eat last night? Or is your teeth hurting you? Is it your teethers? My dog's having issues. He's got, not just me, I'm sick, but he's sick too. I'll show you. This is my Bubba's. He won't even eat. Hey, Bubba. Oh, my baby. Yeah, Mama love you. You good boy? Yeah, I know, you sick. Yeah, he's got an upset tummy. It's either that or his teeth hurt so bad that it's making his stomach upset. That could be probably what it is. Because now I feel so bad. I want my Bubba to feel better. I mean, I want to feel better, but I literally usually hope others feel better before me. I think that comes from my heart, and it's also because I've always been that way. Like, I may sound aggressive on the live, and I don't mean to sound aggressive. I just get pissy about this. I don't think I'm alone. I know there's many out there that are just like me with this. I'm just trying to find where I put the lighter. There it is. I gotta be careful what I do on here. This is made for 18 and over, but you could be under the age of 18 and still come in here. But I'm over the age of 21, so I'm allowed to smoke. Oh, yeah, there we go. Thank you for who is it that's in right now? And please like. I wanted to explain a few things. Also, if you have tubies, if you're a tubie, or know someone that has feeding tube, this thing is awesome. I just have to use it in the washer yet. There. So these are what you put your dirty ones in, and then you zip it up, and then you put it right straight into the washer. So. And if you wonder what my faith is, well, this will help you. And it's protected, so all I gotta do is hold onto it. My faith is spiritually based, earth-based, ethereal. So you can call me a solo practitioner. You can call me a witch. You can call me pagan, because that's truthfully what I am. I believe in more than one God. I believe in a God and goddess, but I believe in more than that. So that part of me, I'm not Wiccan. If I were Wiccan, I'd only believe in a God and goddess. I believe more than that. So, I mean, there's other Wiccans out there, but there's like the true form of Wicca is different than what I am. It's more what happened with me. It got more tailor made, and it's old school technically. I don't follow the new shit. I've always been into nature, always, and I think that's probably why. I've always had an affinity for stones and finding fossils, but for some darn reason I can't cure myself. See, that's the common misconception of people that think that witches and pagans or anything that we can heal people all the time. Well, let me tell you something. That's not true. I will be the first person who is a psychic medium to tell you that that is not true. You cannot heal everyone. You can try, but you can't. There are things you cannot do. You can manifest abundance, you can manifest health, but that doesn't mean it's going to always work. What that means is if you're manifesting health, it could be health in your emotions. It could be health in your family, like when it comes to just how you communicate with each other, that kind of health. Sometimes the health is for the body, but there are Reiki practitioners out there that do that. I am not a Reiki. I don't know how to say it right, probably, but I think it's Reiki. But I don't do that. I am a healer in a different way. As a light worker, what I do is I tend to share the light, meaning I share what goes on with love and light. I have a mouth like a sailor. But that's probably from the Viking part of me, Norwegian and French. So I mean, I have a mouth. And with chronic illness, it's gotten a little worse. I've been trying to hold back because I get angry. I think everyone with chronic illness, we all get angry, and we all get sad. We all feel hopeless at times. We all feel worthless at times. Does that make it true? No, we are not. So, but that's one of the things I wanted to explain about my faith. Like, we know that, like, even though I wish I could be like heal and do spell work and stuff like that to heal, it doesn't work that way, folks. I just wanted people to understand that, because there are so many psychic mediums out there because I know this is about gastroparesis, but I want to explain this. Because I've had many people who are quote unquote psychic mediums, Reiki practitioners, whatever, saying they're sending over healing and that you should be healed. And then I go, well, you're a fraud. Because obviously you can't heal somebody like that. One, you're not Jesus, and two, you know, yes, I may be pagan, but I believe in Jesus differently. I believe in him as an ascended master. I don't believe in him as God. I don't believe in him as the son of God. I believe he was a solo practitioner, but also wanted to build a following to share love and share kindness and love nature. And he wanted to share that, you know, we need to come together and be kind to each other and stop the division, stop this, and no gambling, all those things. Jesus shown his human side. He was human. And for me, that's what I believe. I'm not telling anyone else to believe, but that's how I believe in Jesus. And no, I don't believe in the Bible. I believe in parts of it, because I know that it was rewrote way too many times and things were taken out that should never have been taken out. Um, so yeah, so I guess that's kind of that's my faith. I just don't want to offend anyone. That's all. So I just wanted you guys to know what I believe in, and I don't want to offend no one. Hi, welcome in. Please don't forget to like. My poor baby. But yeah, so enough of the spiritual talk of my own, because to let you guys know of what I believe in. Because yeah, we're that. And then I got it's my wedding slash engagement ring because we're getting my wedding band made eventually. But yeah, so that, yeah. Gastroparesis with my spirituality, trying to use that to help me with it. Excuse me. It helps. It does. Having a faith, excuse me, in something when you're sick helps. I got hiccups. And they hurt. But that's how it happens. Sorry. But I'm very thankful for everyone that's been coming in. I'm staying live for just a little while. Because I want to see how many people come in. I mean, you can ask me questions. Please ask me questions. If you want questions, if you have questions about gastroparesis, having a feeding tube, all of those things, I definitely can answer a lot of stuff. I'm gonna check my pendulum here really quick. I'm gonna ask how many people is gonna show up, because I had like 20, then kind of dispersed, and then I've had a couple of you come back in, so we're gonna see. I just want to see what happens. All right. Is there anybody that's gonna be coming into my live? Well, it's going around in circles, which means yes. Are they gonna come in soon? It says yes. It's keeping to go around in circles, so it's actually warm. So I know people are gonna be coming in, and if they're not watching already, if you're not, you're not. If you are, hi. Because I know that sometimes this right here does not tell me the truth. It tells me there's 0 people watching, and sometimes there's more than 0 people watching. So, or they're, not in. But I am thankful for anyone that is in, because that's just how I am. So, let me show you a little bit more about the, Sugar DIH2 ideas. Hope the people get better. Yeah. I was reading that again because I just thought that was good. But here, see, this is the lovely contraption that I use. It's called the Kangaroo Omni Pump, and this is the formula, and this is the flush. And this is the Bubba's. He's not feeling good. Yeah, I know, baby. I'm sorry. Yeah. Poor babies. Alright. Ta-da. Alright, so you know what I'm gonna do since this is made for 18 and up only? I'm thinking about doing a small dab. I'm gonna do a small dab of Rooney. And this is in the honor of Dabbing Granny. I'm so sorry that Facebook did that to you. And Instagram. Because apparently she can't go live right now, and this woman is an amazing woman. Her name is Dabbing Granny, Dabbing Granny. Look for her. She's an amazing lady. But anyway, yeah. So here's me food, and then I'm going to use some of my new stuff that I got the whole box freaking wet because I accidentally spilt some of my water on it. But it's okay. This is I'm not advertising it, but I'm letting you know what I'm using. It's Higher Education Cold Cure THCA Butter Motor Breaths. So that's just what it looks like. And it's legal in Wisconsin, so I'm able to do this. I can do this on live. Fair use public. Alright. And if you want to actually look for this, I'm going to let you know. Alright. You can go to a website and find it. It's www.highereducation.shop. So www.highereducation.shop. SHOP. So if you want to find this. And it's legal. It's not just THC. It's pew, Bubba. My dog tooted. But this is what it looks like. And I'm trying to open it. I'm not as strong as I used to be. How did you... My husband opened it. Now I can't... How did they... I'm trying so hard. They made it baby proof. This is just not right. Got it. Yay. Okay. So that's what it looks like. Alright. And don't you like that? Look at it. Cat dog. Actually tell my dog he's a cat dog. I'm using some of my medicine right now because now that I can actually do some to help. What is your name? How are you? Welcome in. Where are you from? I'm from Wisconsin, USA. Maybe I should reshare this out. Reshare it. Alright. I made another post. So then that way, and I guess I could share it to Pinterest one more time. There. Alright, so I'm just trying to get people in. Gastroparesis is a pain in the ass, but I've been on for an hour and 33 minutes. What am I at for battery? Oh, 85, not bad. Not bad at all. So, alright, so let's get this show on the road, shall we? So I'm going to do some medicine with you guys of mine that I can use. It's legal here in the state of Wisconsin, and the rig I'm using is a clover rig. Which is kind of funny. We just had St. Patty's Day, or it just was Ostara yesterday, first day of spring. So, spring equinox, equal days, equal nights. Bring in the light. Let's do it. Alright. So, this is a clover rig. So, it's clover. And I use a reclaim chamber to help. Alright, and then this is my panda. So I'm just going to do some little bit of my medicine. Find the one I was going to use. Where'd you go? There you were. I was looking for it. Found it. Alright, so which side am I going to use? Alright, so we're going to go like this. I'm going to actually heat this up first, because it'll help me get some on it. Alright. There we go, like butter. Got it. Okay, so now I'm going to over here. Welcome in, guys. I'm just doing some of my medicine really quick, which I can do. It's legal here in Wisconsin. It's not THC, it's THCA. And it's called Higher Education Cold Cure THCA Butter Motor Breath. So that's what it is. Alright. And if you don't like this, then you don't have to watch. But this is pretty normal for the vast amount of America. Okay? I want to tell you right now, if there are police officers out there that do this, okay? And that's true. Everybody's pretty much doing this. Not everybody, but there's a lot. And the thing is what I'm doing is not going to hurt me. It will not unalive me because it doesn't have stuff in there that will hurt you. Now, you smoke a cigarette, yeah, you can get cancer. This, no. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Cheers. And I have asthma. I'm good. Alright. Now I can turn this over. Yeah, I'm not saying that, yes, it helps, but I won't lie when I say that it hurts when I cough. Whoo! Yep. Okay. Lean back. That hurt. Sorry about that. Hello, welcome in. Sorry. My finger was covering it. So, hi. I just got done doing a little bit of medicine. My dog is not feeling good either. My poor baby. My husband is over here listening to his book. Welcome in. I'm Kristina Lundell. I have a G-tube, J-tube gastric stimulator, and I have severe osteoporosis, severe gastroparesis, Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. So I have a Kangaroo Omni pump. This is my formula, Nutrin 1.5, and flush bag, which carries water and Miralax in it to help me use the restroom. And the last 4 days I've been sick, but today I'm feeling better. I'm not throwing up like I was yesterday morning. But otherwise, I didn't get sick at all yesterday. Thankfully. So I had like a little flu bug. And it's still kind of in there. But I'm working on it. Ooh. Hi. I was gonna cough, but then it didn't feel right. Ooh. But yeah, so I'm gonna put my phone back over here so that I can. Sorry, the noise. There you go. Ooh. But yeah, so my lungs are trying to be okay for a second. That's the only thing with me is like if I smoke my CBD or my herbal remedy part of my medications, I cough and it hurts. Now, the only thing is I've heard people getting vaporizers and that helps, but I'm sitting here going, I don't have flour. I don't do flour. I mean, I would, but I don't. I use concentrate. That's what I use is concentrate. Welcome in. And that does help me, but every time I cough, it flipping hurts. Welcome in. Where are you from? I'm from Wisconsin, USA. My husband's over here. My dog's sleeping over here. He's not feeling good. All right. Well, hey. I mean, I understand people just come in and leave. Come in and leave. It's call a part of it. About it. Hi. So, I have gastroparesis severe. I have severe osteoporosis, which I'm also an ambulatory wheelchair user. Here's my cane as well. I nicknamed it John McCain, just in case anybody wants to know. It's got a nickname, John McCain. And do you want to know why? Its nickname is because every time it falls a lot. You see this? It's all from falling. I go, oh, McCain. And I'm like, wait, my cane. McCain. So I'm like, John McCain. So that's why I nicknamed it John McCain, or McCain. Because every time it would fall, I go, my cane, and it sounded like McCain. And I'm pretty sure John McCain would appreciate it. Fallen soldier. I think he'd have a good sense of humor about it. And if I sit here and I go, all this crap going on, there's a lot of good shit. I can't name all of it, but I can name some of it. Like, we don't live in the same house we were in. Oh, that's a blessing in itself. I gotta tell you that. Thank you for coming in. That's a blessing in itself. Us moving and we got this place. Oh. Now the only thing I can complain about this place is the water. My husband can concur. I was trying to think of the word. I had it in there and it was not coming out. But no, the water does not get hot enough when we take a bath or want to shower. Now you do the dishes, it gets hot, right? Which does not make sense to me because then, like my mom asked me, she goes, "Well, how many water heaters are in the building?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know if there's one for each of us. I have no clue." And so, I mean, it's an apartment complex. So, and we got the lower level, and also my mom doesn't understand how the heating element could be in the ceiling. And me neither. But now I do, but I don't. It just doesn't make sense. I don't know. Things don't make sense to me. But that's just probably because I'm just weird. But, I mean, the water, though, that I can complain. Now, the good parts about this place, it's a hell of a lot cleaner. And two, no holes in the wall. Don't have a warped freaking bathroom wall that looks like something's going to crawl out of it from the dimensions of doom. Don't have to worry about a cockroach. It wasn't our fault. We actually, we didn't have them when I was last living there. But when me and my husband were there it was when he first came in to move in with me. And it was like, like they were already kind of there because they had to keep bombing the place. And it wasn't our fault because the person that lived there before me actually had the problem with the cockroaches, apparently, and just didn't tell nobody because he had put, like, cardboard up in the attic or something and then didn't move it, like, when he was supposed to, apparently. And so then we had a manager opened up his big fat mouth, and he did. He opened it right up, he did. And he goes, well, there was a guy living before you that had cockroaches because he kept boxes up there. Now, oh, really? As they're bombing our place for the cockroaches, to get rid of them. And I'm like, well, this is interesting. So I called our landlord of the time. And he was like, who told you that? I'm like, the manager. So, I mean, that was hard. And then seeing oh my God, I had never lived in a house that I remember ever in my life. I had never seen a cockroach. So I didn't even know what they looked like. So when I first saw it, and I was like, what is that? And then when I found out, I was like, oh, it grossed me out like you wouldn't believe. I mean, seriously, it did. Like, it did. Seeing a cockroach grossed me out. Not here. Back when I used to live in the other house, and they were gone before we left and everything. But they were there, and I never knew. And they didn't tell me. It was so bad. Like, I don't know. Like, if you've ever lived in a house where there was cockroaches, I don't put you down. Because I understand that sometimes it's not your fault. It's just where you live sometimes. I know that in Australia, it's kind of common, to have cockroaches come. I know in Africa, I mean, I know that in certain parts of the world, like
and in the United States, common to have a cockroach or whatever. But he didn't. Not Even my husband was like, like, I mean, he's not a wuss either. I'm not. He knows he's not a wuss. But when I've never seen a grown man back away from a wall so fast, because I did it too. He's like, because I didn't know they were there, and it was. All I can do is go. Lucky thing I'm not nauseous right now. Because no, it was like I just remember how mad I was. And I hated living there. Like I was so angry all the time. I get angry now because mostly because of this. This is what causes my anger issue. But I got so angry living there, and I know other reasons why, but we're not gonna hit on that right now. But I mean, no, that house haunted me. I hated it, and so I was like, once we moved and got here, my energy shifted in a different way. It's gonna get hopefully better that energy because I still have a heaviness still, but I think that's because I don't know. Maybe I'm still in fear for things to get worse. I don't want them to. It's like a thing about like where you live, and then you're like, but is it gonna stay? You sit there in your head and you're like, and that's what I do. And I think it's normal for some of us because we hyperfixate on one thing. Like, sometimes, like in our head, even though it's going 100 miles an hour, that's what ADHD is. And then I have the autism part of it, or the tism. I'll call it a touch of it. The tism. Or neurodivergent. I don't know. I tend to articulate things and then go through it too much. I micromanage. In my head, I'm doing that. Now, when it comes to the OCD that I've got, which I do have OCD, but I don't have it like some people. I have it very different. Like, there's people like me, just like me on this. But I don't have the neurotypical, if you would see OCD. I'm more of like, I fixate on and then I won't stop fixating on it. Or I'll keep doing something that I know I shouldn't be doing. Like, I'm not biting my nails. But, like, if I was sitting here, like, going at my skin, I shouldn't even talk about it because I'll just start doing it. But those kinds of things. Like, the OCD in me does not like things on my skin. That's an anxiety thing, too. I only like certain feelings on my skin. That's true. I get itchy very quick on certain things, and I used to think it was always the detergent, but maybe. Because I keep, when I was getting itchy, and I still get itchy, I've been having that problem. So that's why I see a dermatologist. But anyway, I think I get itchy because of what it is. Like the fabric. Could be the fabric. Now, I know wool always causes people usually to itch. But it's not like that for me. It's more like I think it's the detergent or something like that because like I'll be like, well, why am I so itchy once I put clothes on that smell good after they've been washed? Stuff like that. And so I'll think it's the detergent, but maybe it's the sensitivity to. It could be the smell. It could be, I don't know. It could just be an overall reaction just to something. And my body, I just went on a freaking loop. I hate having ADHD sometimes. Okay. I went on a loop. But what I was trying to say was that with all of this going on, there's a lot that has gone right. And, I mean, I'm still here. I could very well not. That's a very big truth. And I'm around for a reason, and I feel that reason is just to spread awareness of these things going on with me to others that have what I have. And we all come together as peers, and all of us somehow can band together to help find a cure for a stupid disease that should try to be looked at more. Because it is appalling to me. I have to say it. in my mind and how I feel, it's appalling how little is known about gastroparesis. And yet, you go to New Zealand, they know a heck of a lot more. I'm about this close to wanting to go to New Zealand. Because New Zealand knows a lot about gastroparesis. And if anyone's going to find a cure, it might be them first. and if anyone knows Germany, for that matter, or Switzerland, they're pretty good on the medical field. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just tired now, I think. What have I been on? Oh, almost 2 hours. Alright, well, I think I should probably stop the live, because I've been on for about 2 hours, and getting kind of tired, and maybe I should rest. So, and when I can rest, I should take it. So, with that being said, I will say love and light. Thank you. Please subscribe if you haven't already, if you see this later on. And thank you for your likes. Thank you for everyone that walked or came in. Not walked in. And I appreciate you. Thank you with everything I've got. Have a good night.